All right, if you listen to the polls and pundits, Mike Pence beat Tim Kaine in the vice presidential debate this week. But is Kaine getting the last laugh? Well, according to the senator from Virginia, he managed to drive a wedge between Pence and Trump by exploiting topics in which the Republicans disagree. And now, after the VP debate, even some Republicans are saying the ticket would be stronger with Pence at the top. Well, let me welcome USA Today's senior political reporter. It's Heidi Przybyla. Heidi, welcome.
Hi, thank you.
So let's discuss this a little bit because this is so fascinating. The VP debate was supposed to be essentially meaningless, but it could have some effect on the race. Let me ask you this. How does it change things if, let's both assume that Pence had a better debate than Kaine. If Donald Trump has a miserable night, Sunday night, what does that do to the ticket and to the dynamic in this race?
In theory, you want your candidate to have won the debate. That's what Pence went out and did. But to your point, if Donald Trump then comes into the second forum kind of stumbly, doesn't pull out a good performance, I think it could just remind the Republican base about the election that could have been. Pence did all of the things in his performance that Donald Trump failed to do in his, namely keeping calm, cool, collected, and landing those punches on Hillary Clinton. I thought one of the most effective exchanges, for example, was on foreign policy. He stayed very focused on the void that had been left in Iraq and Libya that has led to the spread of ISIS, which is really one of the main arguments that Donald Trump has been trying to make all along in this election. Yeah. Didn't land that punch. But again, it comes down as well to the temperament side of it, which again plays into the key umbrella point that Hillary Clinton has been making. Mike Pence came off as the one who had the very even-handed temperament in that debate. Donald Trump did not in the first performance. Yeah. We'll see. This is going to be a different kind of format and venue.
It is. It's a different format. The town hall tends to favor Donald Trump's personality. Hillary Clinton risks coming off as robotic and lawyerly. We'll see if that happens. But I'm curious because this is such an emotional race. And I know that you have been covering it and scrutinizing it. And, I think it's fair to get into the psychology a little bit and the motivation of these candidates. Now, on some level, you have to know that Donald Trump, as a capable businessman, if you give him that, he can easily prepare for one of these debates. It appears in the first one he chose not to. Is there some reason, do you think, that he's maybe sabotaging his debate performance?
Oh, God, yeah, that is getting into the psychology. I mean, everyone is, there's some internet speculation about that. I think he does want to win. I think it may be just more stylistic.
If he wants to win, do you think that he will make a drastic enough change in the second debate and prepare enough to win?
Well, it depends. Can I ask a really good point, which is, does Donald Trump really believe that he needs to change, right? Because he stumbled into the same trap now twice. After this debate performance, it wasn't just the debate performance, but it was the after effects of him taking that Alicia Machado bait and not just taking it, but rolling around in the poison for 5 days, which is the same thing that he did after the convention with the fight with Khizr Khan. So it is whether, how they say the first step to solving a problem is realizing that you have one. So it all comes down to what's in Donald Trump's head. If he acknowledges that he needs to make that change, he's not going to become Mike Pence overnight, nor should he. He has a distinctly different style that is in great part what got him to where he is. The question is, does he acknowledge, does he understand that Hillary Clinton's coming into this debate? No surprises here. She's going to try and bait him again. She's probably going to have some contractors' names and faces that she rolls out. She's probably going to have some stuff that she hits him with on taxes. The question is how he responds to it. And I understand, from what I understand from the reporting I'm seeing, he is going back and looking at the footage of his performance and privately has acknowledged to some of his aides that maybe he could have done better. That's something I'm sure he'd never publicly admit to, but maybe that's some kind of an indication that, yes, he realizes that he needs to rein himself in a little bit on his response.
Yeah, we're also hearing that he's taking the entire day off tomorrow to prepare. We'll see if that's enough and what kind of a difference it makes, and we will certainly be catching up on all of your reporting. Heidi, thanks so much.
Thank you.